going on? What's going on? Tom, can you hear me?
Hey buddy, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I don't know. I was trying to figure out these settings here. They were just messing with me a little bit. Hey, good morning, man. It's good to see you on a weekend. I wasn't sure if you were going to be here. We know Blaze has got a lot going on. Blaze had a great party yesterday for his daughter. He's at just good stuff all around, you know?
Nice. Yeah, my it was a wild weekend with homecoming, high school festivities. We went to the homecoming game. It was crazy. I haven't been to a high school football game like that. They do it big out here. It was everything, man. And my daughter was on the cheerleading team, so she was super excited. She got to cheer for a varsity game with the varsity squad, even though she's on JV. So it was just like a fun experience for the family, but it went a little bit past my bedtime, so
Oh yeah.
I slept in.
Slept in, but you're here. It's awesome.
No, I mean I slept in yesterday, and that's why I wasn't here yesterday.
Oh, I see. I see. I got you. And then
Yeah.
how like, were you a guy that was like big into homecoming and like stuff when you were in high school?
No, not really.
Okay, got it. So it's all around just a good, different environment for you.
Yeah, and then she had the dance last night, um, and I haven't even seen her since because I was out with my son at the park after his basketball practice, and she mom left to go get her ready and take her to the homecoming dance, and then they got back so late I was already asleep. So I'm sure she had fun.
Is this brings up thoughts in my mind of boys and dating and all those kind of things right now. Are you in the midst of all that?
Yeah. Good morning, Blaze.
Good morning, guys. What's going on?
How you doing?
We didn't see you, Blaze.
We're
Blaze, I
doing
just
all
mentioned
right.
your daughter's birthday party. It sounded like it went really well.
Oh yeah, we had it was good. It was 3 hours. We had 8 or 9 little girls at our house, and it's just an interesting experience because the whole time I'm thinking about, man, Danielle doesn't have any sisters. What would life be if she had sisters? There was lots of high energy, and I'm like, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
Thanks, man. You do a lot of the planning, I know, and a lot of the coordinating. I always look up to you for that.
Thanks. Well, surprisingly, Heather did, I think, 80% of the planning for this party, I think.
Oh, all right.
So it was a shift, and I'm sure you guys have been in these situations where like you're used to doing like being responsible for something, and someone takes it over, and sometimes it's really easy to just let go of the reins, and other times it's like that's not how I would have done that. But I think 99% of it was like, oh, this is great, good job, Heather, I love you.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
You feel like it gave you some time and energy back?
I think it would have. I just said this is the first birthday party we had at our house, so it was a lot of like, I don't want you girls going upstairs. Like, there's like 8 or 9 of you. Like, you don't need to be in DeMille's room. Like, stay downstairs. And then like, our 6-year-old is really into dance parties right now and dance offs, and so he really wanted to invite the whole party to his room for a dance off. And I'm like, hey, bud, like we're not. These girls aren't going to your room for a dance off. You can do it down here or like in the basement or outside, and we can bring the speaker. And so he didn't understand why. And I still don't think that I can break it down to him just to say that like that's not the story that I want anyone to walk away from this party from. And it's not your party, it's your sister's party, so there you go.
You know what? I really look up to him though for like trying to get it happening up there.
So
He was definitely looking for the story to tell his friends on Monday.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get kicked out of town. So yeah, it was good. And then she got like gifts and presents, and no one cried. So I think it was well. Oh well. Thanks for asking.
That's awesome. Well, is there gratitude within there?
I think my gratitude is yesterday, because I'm selfish. I got my 10,000 plus steps without even like really having to do an intervention, just because like from the party and parenting and walking around the house, and I was weeding in the morning. So I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But trying to live in the moment and be happy. I also got like 11,500. So I'm like, oh, I could have got those 500 extra steps and got more points, but it's okay.
You've been doing a great job coordinating all that. Do you feel that the steps that you have right now, are they I always kind of think about like that amount of steps that I know that I can definitely get, and if it's like below that, something was going on in my life. I know the amount that like if I push myself to, I feel like really good about, and then I know that there's like that level that I'm like, okay, you know what? I was dedicated. I really made sure that I hit it. And usually for me, it's like 10, 15, 20. What's that absolute number that you know that you're usually going to be hitting?
Looking back, I think I was averaging over the past like 6 months, probably like 7,000 to 8,000 steps. And I think that with just a little bit of intention, there's no reason I can't get to 10,000 steps every day. So that's kind of like my goal where I want to be.
I hear you. I feel like I've had to stop myself around like 15. If I've hit 15, there's been some nights where I've been like laying in bed at like maybe 8:30 after putting the kids down, and then I'm like, all right, I can go outside and I can definitely get myself to 20. But I actually had to stop myself a few times and say like, no, you definitely hit it. You don't have to do more right now. So that's been it's been like a learning thing for me, because like I did it like 2 nights across the past couple of weeks, and I was like, that actually made me a lot more tired and it felt unnecessary. And then I was walking one time at like 11:45 p.m. and I was afraid I was going to get stabbed in one area that I was walking, and I was like, this was completely unnecessary. So stopped myself from doing that.
But save that energy, because I'm not going to say which weekend, but in a couple weekends, there's going to be a bonus point challenge where you have to try and get like 25% more steps than your highest reported. Because I think that might like help even out a little bit for like someone like me, who's only doing 10,000 steps on average. But I still think my highest day is 15,000. So I think a lot of people still, it's going to be like 20,000 steps in a day. But that'll be fun. But don't forget, if anyone's doing the step challenge, September, if you will.
I like that. That's good.
I almost wanted to change the name, but then it bleeds into October. So
Okay. But you know what? That gets me. I have to stop myself. I'm like, now I want to make a logo. I'm not going to.
Oh, RH is like, all right, well, I guess I have to get a 35K step day.
Oh my gosh. Let's bounce forth to over here. Attitude walk with my father yesterday, 74th birthday. Woo. Oh, you know what? Yesterday we had birthdays all over the place. We have Blaze's daughter. We had my aunt. My aunt turned 76, I think. So your dad over there, awesome. 6,500 steps in the morning, taking family to park to meet up with friends, to have kids play park in the time to play pickleball. I want to play pickleball. I'm afraid I'm going to get way too into pickleball though sometimes. So, but are you guys playing pickleball?
I have a set of rackets, and the kids like to go hit the balls around, but I haven't taken the jump myself.
Got it. Dom, are you?
No, the girls did it for summer camp one time. They both liked it, and then I think Brooklyn's starting tennis lessons next week, maybe, or maybe last week. I don't know, but no, not for me.
We got Craig over here, grateful for my kids, and who's Hi? Hi helped me today carry some things as I have ruptured the dorsal tendon in my right thumb. Like, you can't use your thumb? Oh my gosh. One thing that separates us from animals. I'm so sorry it's happening to you. It definitely hurts. Not good for pickleball. I was supposed to go to the pickleball games yesterday in Central Park, and I didn't. I don't know if I regret it or not, but we'll see. Dom, what do you got for gratitude, bud?
That would have been interesting to see. For me, this morning, It was the walk this morning. I missed it yesterday, like not doing it. So getting it today, just like alone in the quiet, 4 a.m., like nothing in my ear. I just like walked and thought. It was a good time. So I'm definitely grateful for that.
That's awesome. I'm seeing Robbie's gratitude right now. I just put it up. Grateful for date night with the bride. Oh my gosh! Did anyone see this amazing picture of Robbie and his bride? I mean, he just like
What? I saw it.
It took just by storm, just the beauty, the handsomeness, everything that came out of his picture. My goodness, I don't know if I could have measured up. Made me jealous. My goodness.
What a good looking couple.
Really, I gotta say.
And it's not. I just wanted to say one more thing. It's not just that. It's just that you guys look happy. And so, like Graham said, like connecting all these dots of like the family that you guys are involved with. Like I imagine you've been together for a while, and just always thinking like, man, I hope my wife and I can look that happy as we continue to progress in our relationship.
I love that you said that. I look up to you. I know Robbie says it. My brother says it a lot too, about going on dates, and I think being more intentional. I don't think that Lauren and I are really being that intentional about like going on dates, and I think that we could definitely think about doing that more often, just because I see you guys doing it, and then Robbie's so happy, then Blaze is so happy too. So I need to get there.
Well,
oh wait, and then Dom does gym dates, right? You guys make that intentional.
Yeah, we've been trying. This weekend, I think we missed it because we've both been sick. But yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Might have to get it in.
Sorry, Blaze, I cut you off.
I was gonna say because my wife and I didn't date for like 3 or 4 years just because all of the stuff we had going on. And so the first couple that you go on, you're like, what do we even talk about? We should just sit here in silence because there's no kids here. And then I almost felt like it took a couple of warm-up dates to like get into like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like I'm interested in some of the things that you're interested in, and like just so I highly encourage it. But I mean, it takes a lot of planning too, and kids don't want to babysit these days, so you have to do some like workarounds.
Man, I love that you said that, because I think that's where there is a little bit of a vulnerability there about sitting there and needing to re-engage or understand each other at a different level, and because you both have evolved almost like out of who you were previously. And then I know sometimes the comfort in like looking to take care of the kids in the moment, like it is there. So I'm gonna take that and run with it. I'll round out the gratitude. We're having a guest today, guest of the bison type. He is joining us here in Brooklyn. I think he's going to head over to the Fives pickleball tournament over in Central Park. So he, I believe, landed around 8 o'clock. So he's going to head over to Brooklyn a little bit, and then he's with us for the night. So grateful to have a friend stopping in.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that.
Just him?
Yeah, it's just him. I think he found like a really cheap flight to get down here. He flew into Newark, and then in our 800 square foot apartment, he'll be able to hop on the couch and join us. And then we're also having other guests next month of the sea creature type, urchin combo.
That if you guys don't know, that's me. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm 100% coming. I don't know. I'm back and forth if I want to spend the money and go to Comic-Con. I don't know if I just want to come Thursday and Friday. I don't know if I want to come Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't know if I want to come Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was going to bring a kid, and I'm not going to bring a kid because Heather's leaving the weekend before, so I'm like, this can be my weekend. But if I am coming by myself, I don't know if I want to stay at Ryan's house the whole time, because then I don't want to be. You're going to be mad at me. I don't want to be a burden. But so those are all the things in my head.
The apartment is always open for you.
Oh, thank you.
I know your brother lives close too, though, so I guess it depends whether he's available or not.
Oh, he's on a cruise.
All right, cool. Well, guys, let's transition over to our buddy Ryan Holloway.
Love it.
Did you guys read? How you guys doing?
I listened. I don't know where my book is. I lost it, if anybody knows, but I have it on Audible. But I wonder if I left it on vacation or at the airport, maybe. I just hope if I did lose it, somebody picked it up and they're following along. But I love today because it's all about look at books as investments. And like my daughter's always talking about her crush. And like I don't think I'm going to buy a third grader like a book on how to win over her crush, but I thought that gave me a little cackle this morning to like think about that.
Dan, what was your takeaway from today?
Oh, I love today's. Just trying to, I was trying. Like I said, I barely read it before I jumped in here, so I was still kind of gathering my thoughts, and I was like, I got to figure out how to actually make that work. What's all that noise? There you go. Is that me?
What's that?
Sorry, my headphones just started yelling at me. Yeah.
Somebody said we're frozen. Are we frozen? Can you guys see us or hear us?
Yeah, that's what distracted me. I got booted out on my laptop, and I was trying to figure out what was going on. So.
Also, I see what's going on right now. It looks like Craig is. I saw this earlier. I didn't really know what he meant by it, but he mentioned the advertisement. So I'm now assuming that if people are going to be jumping in and we set things to actually accept subscriptions, I'm assuming that now what's going to happen is people are going to get advertisements, and maybe that's part of the reason. Goodness. Okay, I see what's happening.
We might be able to turn it off. I'll try and play around with the settings.
Okay, got it. Thanks for letting us know, guys. I appreciate that. All right, so the meditation today, if you guys didn't know, September 22nd, show them what they'll get out of this. And Blaze did a good job of kind of mentioning that it is going to be a investment, I think, in reading and all that kind of stuff too. I really attached with today's reading for sure because of stuttering. If no one knows, fun fact about me is that I stuttered pretty heavily growing up. I had a really hard time. Yeah, I had a really hard time reading in front of groups and getting up in front of people, and it was stuttering as a kid. If no one knows the mental burden that it has, that it sits inside of your head, and you think about it more than you actually will spend time talking words, starting a sentence, getting the first syllable out, thinking about what someone's going to think of you, not about what you said, it really takes, it's a burden. It takes a toll, I think, mentally, and especially in a young kid's mind where you're still trying to figure out yourself. It does become part of your identity. And the reading today is talking all about how Joe Biden, he also stutters, and he still stutters to this day. And there are some things that I see people say about Joe Biden when he's up speaking that I am aware of, and he's spoken to this, but I'm aware of why he's saying it the way he's saying it. All things political aside, all things him having dementia or not aside, the way that I see him speaking, I can see some of the strategies that he takes to make sure that he's speaking without his speech impediment. And people look at it in a different way than I would expect. And it's kind of sad to see, but I think people who have not stuttered or knew someone who stuttered that was very close with them, it's really hard. So, but it's not really about the stuttering. It's more of the fact that Joe Biden had mentioned, and whoever it was, like it doesn't have to be Joe Biden, but the fact that Joe Biden attached to a certain reading a book about someone, and that person in particular, I don't even know who this was, but it was an orator, sounds Greek or Roman, whatever it was, about how this person overcame the stutter. And then Joe Biden, again, couldn't be him or anyone else, but really attached to that story through the reading and watching someone overcome that, and then seeing yourself overcome it. And then that leading to, I think what it says here is like your crush now liking you better because of that, or whatever else is going on. The return on investment of getting your kids to read a book that is going to now affect them that long down the line, I think is huge. Like for me, I always love reading about like Theodore Roosevelt, because I've always felt that Theodore Roosevelt, I thought, what, many things that I think that we can kind of point out that could be an issue with him and the way that he, like, his policies and whatever else. But he was always someone that I felt was trying to escape, because I know he grew up, like I walked past his childhood home a bunch here in the city, but I've always known that he was trying to escape to go out west for whatever reason. And sometimes, like, I feel that way. I'm like, I want to escape the city. I want to get out in nature. I want to get lost in the woods. And I've always been like, okay, got it. Like, somebody can be here in an urban setting in New York City, but then also have a life and like go chase dreams and go chase, like, these desires out in wilderness, and then come back here and be successful in both. So I thought I just really like that takeaway about, like, get someone reading, that return on investment. Like, now I'm like, yeah, now I will definitely pick up another biography of somebody. Like, I would pick up the biography of like Elon Musk. I've heard that's been like a really, for like people to read. So I like today's reading. I thought it was good.
I'm trying to think, like, what are things that what's the last time that's like triggered me to, like, I want to buy a book to be better. And honestly, I probably play online poker like a couple of times a year, and I just played with the tweaks the other day. And every time I play, I'm like, man, I need to read a book on like playing poker. I think that I'd be like really good. Have you guys ever played poker in a casino before?
Dude, I totally think you would be good. I'm horrible at poker. I also don't have a desire to play. I think you would be amazing at poker.
My problem is like I'm good for like 20 or 30 minutes, and then after that, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to play anymore. Cash out, and then you just like go big or go home. So I think I'd have to like work on that piece of the game. But I loved like the math that's involved in the theory and the chance and all that stuff.
I'm always impressed with you, Blaze. I feel like you keep your, no pun intended, I think you keep your cards close to your chest most of the time. And then, like, you'll kind of drop something, because I'm always impressed. You know who said this one time, and it's always around. There was some sort of conversation going on, and you know who said this, and I was like, all right, there's sometimes I'm going to listen to him, and other times I don't know whether I should listen to him or not. But Scuba, like in like the moment, he was like, all right, the best thing you can do in at this time is think about who's acting emotionally, and then who is acting, more objectively. And I thought that it was a really good point for him to make, like, in that moment. And then it hit home. And then the past couple months, I've been like, okay, got it. Where is my emotion? And then where can we stay objective? But I feel like you, Blaze, you do a good job of balancing both of those.
Oh, thanks.
And that's why I think you'd be so good at poker.
I've managed like thousands of nurses, and early on in my career, I read the Emotional Intelligence 2.0 book. And so, like, I forget what it's called, but I think it's called like it's something in the brain. It's like a immunoglotta hijacking, or I don't know. I'm not saying the right word, but it's when like you say something to piss me off, and then I'm going to feed into that emotion. So I've really tried to train myself to notice when I start to go to that place. And there's two things I do in those situations. One, I'll lean on something and try and feed that negative energy into that item or wall or whatever, and then take a deep breath and then listen to that person. Or I'll just walk away and say, you know what? I'm not ready for this conversation right now. We're going to have to talk later. But thank you.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's that I feel that you have really great emotional intelligence. I do. And then Dom is just the stoic over there all the time, sitting in the dark with his hood up. I always think he's just waiting to drop some knowledge on all of us.
No, I got distracted because a little rat just walked along the side of my house.
Don't call your kids that.
It's Mickey, right? There's a mouse in our house. I need to find him.
How do you know?
Droppings.
Oh, got it. And is it the mouse like eating anything?
I don't think I never know if they're like just visiting or if they live in the house, because I've caught mice in our old house and I have good mouse traps, but I haven't caught any here. So I did find a bat the other day though. But there's a mouse somewhere.
Man, sometimes I'm grateful I don't have a house. Other times I'm sad I don't have a house. But living in an apartment, it's like I guess I'll take it. I have less rats and bats, I guess. Uh, can I play? Can I do something fun for a second? I don't know if it's fun, but I always look at the tools that StreamYard has over here, and I'm always wondering how we can use them.
What are the different tools?
Like
Oh, that's pretty
sound?
cool.
Do you hear that?
Oh, nice.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Oh, because you're on the desktop right now, right?
Yeah, I'm trying. I upgraded my RAM on this computer over here, and I think it's like slowly becoming better. I was expecting like once I did that it would like just be good. It wasn't, so I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, who's playing with that? Who's that?
That's me. Do you guys
Nice.
like block, bubble, classic, or minimal? I kind of like the bubble.
Put it in there. Does it change this? Oh, it does change that a little bit. Okay, I like that. That looks so much more fun and inviting.
Oh, nice.
Please, you're learning as we go.
I know. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, this is good. This is good.
Yeah. There's a
All
lot you can definitely do that.
right, 8:58. Any final thoughts on investing in books to do stuff?
I am still on my mission to finish 3 books by the end of the month. I will keep doing the best that I can.
That's all we can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go chat with my kids and see if there's anything they want to learn about. Go find a book for them.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that.
My son just got a Pokemon book because he wants to catch them all. Would that count?
I'm using the Pebble book he sent me as a book I read this month.
I think so.
All right, there you go.
I think it works. So it's not a problem. All right, let's leave it there, guys. We'll do some...
May your mugs
Have a
stay
great
filled with
day,
coffee and
everyone.
your hearts with gratitude. Bye, everybody.
All right. Sounds good. See you guys later. Love you. Bye.